Welcome back to
Same thing.
Embers of Autumn. Caleb will be here shortly, but some announcements before we begin. Our charity of choice is Color of Change. You can find the donation link in chat and everywhere else. You can't do indefinite charities, campaigns, with Tiltify, so I'm setting it to a year that this campaign will expire, and I'll have to redo it again next May. So from now until May 2022, we'll be raising money for Color of Change, and then once I restart the charity, yeah. Patreon as well. We have a $3 tier on our Patreon called the Tarrasque tier, where every month you get a dungeon, an encounter, something to throw into your D&D campaigns. This month's is the Tall Lady, and is based off of Lady Dimitrescu from Resident Evil Village, so go check that out if you want to get chased. You don't want to get caught by her in this, though. It's bad times. It's also bad times in the video game. You don't want to
get caught by her ever.
That's a matter of
It's
opinion.
also bad in the video game to get caught by her anyways.
I mean, if that's the way we go out, Justin.
I don't want to go that way. It's terrible. Put up on fucking meat hooks? No, thank you.
Pair of heels by... Oh, man.
Anyways, last we left off, you all helped the settlement of Giant's Cradle with a wolf problem. More like a werewolf problem.
More like a werewolf problem.
Werewolf. But you did some investigation at a local abandoned hunting lodge with the suggestion from Koza, the summer wolf, who you were tasked to initially hunt for the hunting guild. You all went to this hunting lodge with Koza and found pretty good evidence that maybe these claims of being a werewolf were true. Finding an amulet, a very similar amulet to the one that Ven had found inside of one of the wolf's bellies. Found some coins that Dax has yet to share with her party. 120 gold pieces to be exact. And some silvered weapons to help with fighting this werewolf. Like this werewolf was hoarding the silver weapons from the blacksmith so nobody could get any. The werewolf showed up, was attacked. Didn't do much in the combat encounter thanks to Ven's hideous laughter. And then eventually died.
And a tricky surprise round, too.
And died after getting one attack in.
But what an attack that was.
Yeah, knock someone straight to that.
Hunter's mark.
The big O.
Hunter's
the
mark,
big
baby.
butto.
Gotta throw Hunter's mark in. So you did some more investigation, dug up some corpses, and Ven found a very interesting corpse, a child ogre. So brought them with, and Druck brought another corpse with as well, a ranger.
Hey, you man, gotta double up on that.
Made your way back to Giant's Cradle, were let in after Ven mentioned the corpse, the ogre child corpse, and you were let inside. You met with Modok, the Baron of Giant's Cradle, and he immediately recognized the child. And you all went on your way, mentioning he'd give you guys your payment in the morning. But I forgot to mention, since the tavern you guys were staying at was the hunting lodge, Modok would have recommended you probably not go back there, since, this werewolf is well ingrained in their company, and the people there probably don't want to see the group that had a part to play in their friend's demise, no matter what his actions were. So, he suggested, because I forgot to mention this last week, you all head to the actual inn in town, because there are the two taverns, but there's also an inn known as the Sheltered Fox, and that's where he would have sent you. And that is where we pick up, as you guys basically need a long rest.
Oh.
All right.
Sheltered Fox.
Perfect time.
Do we all get rooms?
Thank you all for your indulgence. Apologies.
No worries. It depends if you guys go to the Sheltered Fox.
Oh. I mean...
Definitely.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Just finish the recap, Caleb, so you didn't really miss anything.
Oh, perfect.
All right. So, let me just...
other than the hunting guild freaking hates our guts right now, so there goes that guild membership that Druck was aiming for.
Wait, they hate us?
We're fine. Well,
For now.
We happen to cut the head off of one of their priority members,
And we did bring it back.
We did.
So
You've
they're-
also brought the corpse back of one of their other members that he had killed, though. So you know.
Yeah, they're just a little. He just suggests not going in there because they're a little hurt and
If
emotions
you guys-
are high.
Yeah, if you guys recall, that guy bought us a round
Yep.
of very stiff drinks.
Yep.
We're probably not the first people he's done that for. So I imagine a lot of people are just like, oh, that guy's a fucking dude,
Yep.
you know, and we just killed their
Yep.
dude.
But yes, Modok has said if you need a place to sleep, you can check out the inn on the eastern side of town called the Sheltered Fox. And I believe you all would very much could use a long rest. Not only that, because it's getting late.
Mm-hmm.
And he mentions the payment will be delivered to your room at the Sheltered Fox in the morning.
Okay. Do I have enough money to pay for a room tonight?
You get a sense they've probably been paid for.
Okay. All right. That would okay. Then we're good.
And also, you guys can all see a big bag of coins hanging around Dak's waist.
Hey, Dex,
Yes, Kenna.
where'd you get that heavy sack?
I'm glad it was the two gals in the group that are engaging in this conversation while the guys are just like,
This a big blue sack, Kenna.
Yeah, that's the one I'm asking about.
Oof. Dr. Manhattan, when did you get here?
I was thinking the blue meanie, so you're much better than me.
This was a fun campaign. I'm glad we did it. See you all next time.
Yep, that's the end of it.
Straight to Heather.
Papa Smurf. Shall we continue?
You mean this big blue bag, Kenna?
I mean,
It
I was
was.
big.
Well, it's not the size that matters, it's what's in it.
It's definitely bigger than that.
That's what they all say.
It's happening.
All right, I'm going to write down that Dax needs to be the first to die.
Yeah, you me, baby!
Good luck killing the barbarian, though. You spent a whole campaign trying to do that
oh
last time.
God, please put her on the list. Let's go. We gotta.
But yes,
She's
to
gonna
wrangle
do
it-
her
to
job.
bring everything back into sanity. A massive coin purse, 120 gold pieces in it.
Was with the silvered weapons, Kenna.
Is there anything worth sharing? In what
As they're walking, kind of open it, look inside. It's about 120 gold. It didn't seem pertinent to split up at the time, considering we were trying to kill a werewolf.
I mean, we did all work together, so I think it would be fair to everyone involved that we perhaps split those funds equally amongst the party.
Well, of course. What else was I going to do with them?
I don't know. It just you seemed awfully quiet about it.
Also, reminder, you were given 100 gold from Dor, the Hobgoblin Wizard, for completing the contract with Morgo, so each split that up as well.
Well, we are. If you haven't already, I believe that means each of us get 20 gold.
Yep.
I have already added that. I know that because I have
Yeah,
29
you guys,
gold.
you guys split it up in the prison. I told everyone got
Yeah.
20 gold.
Oh, okay,
He gave
yeah.
everybody 20 gold pieces.
For the
Morgo meadery contract.
yes.
So if you have more than 30 gold, you probably have already added that amount.
And then if Dax splits up, if we split up the coins for this, everyone gets 24 gold pieces.
I'm remembering these prices for when we're high level and have a bunch of money for the costs of subletting adventurers. It's like, yeah. Go take a week-long journey and bring me back this convict. I'll give you 20 gold for it.
I mean, have you ever considered kind of like hiring out in the middle of a campaign, becoming sort of a
Middleman.
Yeah, kind of.
Just think of how much money you all can make when you get a little more renowned too.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I'll be honest. I have an idea for an entire campaign. I'm going to be running that just is that actually.
Hire a couple henches.
Speaking of that,
What is
Are we
this?
selling used battle axes on
Wait,
the
what-
internet?
back
What
to the
is this,
campaign.
Yes.
Can I? What? Money? Where'd this come from?
So you know that chest that our newly retired friend had in his secret hideout in the woods?
Newly retired. I like it.
Well, apparently Dax also found a little extra cash in that trunk of his.
Oh,
And
Well-
he just looks at Dax and is just like,
Not little. It's 120 gold pieces, Kenna.
It was a turn of phrase, Dax.
Apologies.
No worries.
this is very good news. We
I-
make a lot of gold together.
We sure
It seems that way.
I thought it'd be best to split this once we were settled for the night.
Yes. It's good. There's a lot of gold. Very appreciated.
we
Walking and
can buy-
talking.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. There's a walk and talk.
Sork and walk and talk.
I say we're gonna Sorkin the shit out of this.
All right. On the eastern side of town is a two-story timbered building with a thatched roof with a crumbling stone chimney. Hanging above the door is a sign with the words "The Sheltered Fox," with the image of a happy little Arctic fox on the sign. Stepping inside, should you choose so, you see a common room filled with well-made chairs and tables, and the skull of a great creature has been transformed into the hearth, where a small fire crackles within the open jaws of the skull. On the counter of the bar sits a small Arctic fox, happily munching on a plate of assorted diced-up meat. Behind the counter, you see a halfling woman with a shaved head, septum piercing, and her muscular arms and neck are covered in battle scars. She's wearing an otterskin jerkin and wiping out some glasses and pouring drinks for other patrons. She looks up as you enter and smiles. "Oh, new faces, look at that, Orion." And she pats the fox on the head, and it also glances at you all. And she stops what she's doing and gives you all her full attention. We've got one room open on the second floor. I assume that's the room that Modoc's holding for you individuals. If you've been needing a place to rest your little heads. Not to mention, though, we've also got some hot foods on the menu tonight if you're feeling peckish. And she hands you each a well-worn menu.
Yes. Food is on me tonight.
On the menu, you see vegetable stew. One of the menu options is vegetable stew with a mug of perry, a fermented drink made from pears. Boiled pork and dried artichoke with a tankard of perry. Stewed mutton and hazelnut bread. Pickled duck with dried watercress and a tankard of stout. Roasted crawfish and dried turnip with a tankard of bitter, an herbal liquor that helps with digestion. Roasted sausage and curd cheese with a tankard of ale, or boiled eggs and blue cheese with a tankard of ale.
Druck, this guy, he hunts a lot. Has to, on the road, he has to eat a lot of meat. So he's gonna go with the vegetarian option, just to kind of fill out what nutrients he's been
cholesterol.
missing. Yeah,
The vegetable stew,
yeah.
that is 3 copper pieces, and it comes with a mug of perry. It's fermented, basically pear cider.
Ooh.
So she takes out like a little notepad, writes it down.
This sounds good.
What do the others be having?
I'll have the mutton and bread.
That's 8 copper pieces. That comes with a tankard of beer. Is that all right?
Could I substitute the beer for the perry as well?
All right. Yeah, of course. Just
No, thank you.
well, this is a tankard. Wait, hold on, 1 second. Yeah, of course. That'll be the same price, 8 copper.
All right.
Anyone else?
I'll also have the mutton.
Another 8 copper. All right. Should I write that down?
I've never had the what you call the crayfish.
Yes, it's like a little river-dwelling crustacean. It's very similar to lobster, but a little smaller, more sweeter. We steam it, and it's very good. Well, we roast it, but it's very good.
I wanted to, yeah, I would try the crayfish and maybe the small digestive, beverage that
All
comes
right.
with it. It's herbal.
I see you have good taste. That's 12 copper pieces for that dish.
Okay, yes, good. I will give you the 12.
Looks at Dax, and what about you?
Actually, make sure you guys, Justin, I'm so sorry. Could you tally this up?
I am.
Because Druck
already am.
is covering all of this,
Yeah, I
so
already
none of you guys should pay.
Yep,
Druck will pay.
I got it. And looks at Dax. What about you?
What's the little man had?
Well, that's rude to call someone a little man.
He-
I'm exactly taller than everyone who is exactly me. So
Well, he is short, but he is big of heart. Why is that an insult?
Well, you shouldn't make comments about people's height. Speaking as someone who's a small folk themselves.
Oh, my
It's
apologies.
very rude.
Quoin, I am sorry if I offended you.
no, this is good. I just if it were to happen again, I might refer to you as maybe Gigantor, maybe some sort of term of endearment like like a large one, maybe something. We will workshop it. We'll workshop it.
You could do large one, tall lady, but whatever you prefer.
A perpetual shadow. That's sort of our relationship currently, as I'm never outside of your shadow. It's like it follows me everywhere we go. I feel
But you are a lighthouse.
I create the shadow and you make the shadow. Ooh.
Not to interrupt, but that'll come to 43 copper pieces.
Yes. All right.
So that is.
If you have 4 silver,
add.
if you have 4 silver, 4 silver.
Exactly. I'm going to. Did you say 43?
43 copper.
Okay. Excellent. I have 3 copper and yes, excellent. 4 silver.
Cool.
There we go.
Boom. Takes it. Find somewhere to sit. I'll bring your meals out to you. Hey! Customers! And she scurries off into the kitchen. And the fox leaps off after her and saunters her, follows her. This Arctic fox, just super, just white fox, just off the counter and follows her into the kitchen.
Everyone be on the lookout. If you see any white fur in your meal, be sure to document that. I once knew a city food inspector, so
The menu sounded very good.
Yeah, they have a surprising amount of variety for being so far inland.
Well, the river's only a couple miles away.
I guess you're right.
Some of the best places I've eaten have been small holes in the wall.
do any of you know what the fireplace, what that head used to belong to?
Can I tell?
Let me take a gander here.
If we're all sitting down at the table, Dax is like opening up the big coin purse and she's like motions for everybody to open theirs and she starts putting 24 gold into everybody's.
It's definitely reptilian in its look. It's about a little smaller than an ancient dragon. It would be whatever creature this belonged to would have been considered a huge creature. But if you want to see if you can try to figure out what it is, people can give me survival checks.
Okay.
Starting off not so high.
Ven, you'd be giving me a history check if you'd want to do it.
Sure.
You said survival?
Yep.
10.
You have no idea what it is.
12 on history.
You have no idea what it is.
I mean, I don't even think it'd be fair for me to roll since I asked the question.
Fair enough. Druck would
17.
17. Druck.
16.
None of you know what it is. Very rare creature.
It's unique. Perhaps we ask the owner. That said, all of you did very well in that battle. Dax landed a nice hit. Quoin. I think everyone saw that.
It's just, Bahamut working. I am just an instrument of Bahamut.
Then
At the fourth.
I have never seen anything like that. It was very useful.
Just a fairly simple spell.
Druck's just like, fuck off with that. He's just like, what?
After about 2 minutes, the drinks come out first. Who ordered the parry? It was Druck and Ven. Yeah. Alright, so you brought out this, just your standard wooden stein, and inside is a slightly amber, almost off-green colored, sparkling drink. I gotta remember who ordered what. Who ordered the roasted crayfish and dried turnip? It was Quoin and I believe Dax. So they bring that out. Yeah, it's a little crate. Well, they don't bring out the food yet, but they bring out the bitters. They bring out each of you a tankard of bitters. So Quoin, you have a human-sized tankard.
It comes in pints.
Comes in pints. Yeah. Inside is this very herbal smelling liquor. And it's clear like water. No color to it. And it tastes like you're drinking fermented herbs. There is alcohol out there. Because I don't know what it tastes like, so I don't know what I'm talking about. But there's a liqueur out there in the world called Amaro, or Amaro.
Amaretto?
No, Amaro. It just is a type of herbal liqueur, made from roots, herbs, flowers, and bark.
I've had one before that was essentially like biting into a pine tree.
Cool, thank you. So yeah, it tastes very piney. And if you've ever indulged in some of the good Kush, it's kind of got like that kind of flavor to it. Piney,
Not the bad Kush.
citrusy.
Oh, so piney.
Can't remember. Kenna, what'd you order again?
I got the mutton with just the ale.
All right, so you get a tankard of just standard beer.
Sounds good.
You all have your drinks.
Like
So,
a on a back porch during hurricane season.
I have never been in a group as effective as this one.
I mean, I've never been in a group before, period. So this is all very new for me, this whole cooperating thing.
This is definitely an exception based on my experience. What are all of your plans now that we have resolved our uh, task, quest. Quoin.
Well, I've got to uh, make my fix my sword, and I've got I've got to I've got to right some wrongs that have happened.
Oh,
Does Druck, like, can he pick up on whether or not this topic is making Quoin, like, uncomfortable?
I mean, I'm not, adventure on the road. I have my own quest. Our quests intertwined. I certainly wouldn't divulge my quest lest your quest interfere with my quest.
right. Dax.
I do want to find out what happened to Thranazart. I sent a letter off. Have not heard back yet. Not
Oh yeah.
not extremely concerning, but at the same time, I'm hoping by the morning I hear something. And I did send one to my family in Trundleheim. So hopefully by the morrow, that will probably change what I do. What about you, Druck?
I'm just wandering place to place looking for the next opportunity. Nothing really. I've left my past behind. So, no goals really other than to make, get by. But all of you makes that considerably easier. Kenna?
I just got some personal business back in Anundil City, but after that, I wouldn't mind if you guys wouldn't, taking the slow and easy path back to Vitmire, maybe pick up some extra jobs along the way before I reach my destination again.
Personal. Got it. Then?
I set out coming to the festival with the goal of getting back out into the world, and well, here I am out in the world, so it seems I've accomplished that. Beyond that, I'm just seeing where things take me.
You alright with the amount of bloodshed?
Well, I don't. I'm concerned with anyone who's all right with the amount of bloodshed we've encountered so far, but
I will assure you that this is lighter than usual.
oh dear. But if it's for a good cause, I suppose adventures can be messy. So,
Very.
I will attempt to not crush any more people under boxes. It was an accident.
I don't blame you.
No, it wasn't.
Ben, I never took you as a go with the flow kind of guy. I always thought you would be very by the books.
Well, I've led a bit of an. I'm trying something new.
Right. Which it seems most of us are, if not all of us.
That certainly seems that way.
The newest thing about this is that my company is competent. I'm very excited.
Look at Druck.
All of you eat your fill. Yes.
All right.
And
Hey.
sleep well tonight.
Hey,
Is-
Druck. Morning. I'm gonna make you those berries like I promised.
Oh, really? I anticipate this. I'm interested. Quite interested.
And as you're all talking, the halfling proprietor of this place, she saunters back over with everyone's food, doing the old classic waitress carry. And 5 plates. It's pretty easy. So boom, comes out with 5 plates and a bowl. Pushes a wooden bowl filled with vegetable stew towards Druck. It's a pretty sizable bowl, and it's filled with like carrots, potatoes, mushrooms, parsnips, turnips, a lot of root vegetables, and something in there Druck has never seen before. It's like a type of, how can I describe it? It looks like a stick.
He's like taking his spoon through it,
Quite good.
and he like fishes up this stick thing.
Yeah.
And he'll just kind of like put the spoon down, pick it up with his fingers, and just kind of.
There's a kick to it, like, and it burns, and it's not like a spicy burn. It's more of like a, oh, that's meant to be grated on top for spice. It's a type of root, very spicy. It's basically wasabi.
Oh, so it's horseradish.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
horseradish.
you just
basically.
see like gobs of snot just coming
Ooh.
out of Druck's
Ooh.
nose, like.
She hands
Pickled horseradish. Mwah.
Oh, I love horseradish.
So good.
I love wasabi. Fun fact: most of the wasabi you get isn't real wasabi. Anyways, she hands a bowl of stewed mutton and bread, just riddled with hazelnuts, to Dax. I think you wanted the mutton. You want a crayfish?
Kenna.
Jeez. That goes to Kenna.
And
I also ordered the mutton and
Yep.
bread.
So you both get these bowls with a mutton leg. Actually, that's fucking massive.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Just a bunch of like shredded mutton in a bowl of like brown gravy. Definitely smells of ale. So it's like someone made an ale. If anyone's ever had like beef and ale pie, they basically took the filling of that, made it with mutton and ale, and then or stout, and just thickened it and put it as basically made it a stew, and it's littered with carrots, potatoes, mutton, fun stuff, and 2 slices and basically a small little loaf of this bread that's studded with hazelnuts.
Is it sourdough bread?
No, it's just normal bread. And
Got the center and make a little bread bowl for my stew.
all right, and yeah, Quoin and Dax, you brought out this roasted orange crustacean-looking creature, lying on a bed of kind of like dried, almost fried turnip chips.
This looks incredible.
Oh, thank you. Do it all myself.
Where did you learn this wonderful turnip technique?
Necessity, usually.
So thin, so crisp.
Quite good.
If you need anything else, just ask. Any questions at all, just ask.
Just if this is a sore subject, you do not have to answer that. The skull above the mantle.
Yes.
What is it? Or who?
It's from a creature called a Bahir. My father was a well-seasoned traveler, adventurer, hunter, and he took it down. Him and his crew took down a behir. Basically, a very large serpentine creature that are in a long time ago they were the foes of dragons. And
Why the puppy?
so yeah, that's my father got that one, and I hung it up on the wall. Well, I turned it into the fireplace out of to honor his memory.
That is quite incredible. And your little silver fox friend,
Orion?
Orion, he is quite beautiful. Would it be alright if I bought him dinner?
He generally is. He's already sorted. Unfortunately, he's got his little cubed meats that he eats every night.
Dax just kind of like looking over to where they are, just very like,
He's got a sensitive stomach, so
understandable.
any other questions or inquiries?
Rooms. We have rooms.
Yes, Modok. You're the ones Modok talked about?
Yes.
Yes, there's one room upstairs.
One.
Yes, we have shared rooms here. We're not. We don't have a lot of space. But
How
it's
many
it's-
beds?
6.
Big enough.
Yes. This is a settlement of giants and orcs and ogres. So yes, the
Oh
beds.
yes. Very fortunate.
For some of you, the beds might be very spacious. Myself included. Well, enjoy your meals. And she heads back to the counter.
Quoin, I saw that you were very enraptured in your food. That mantle, the creature above the fireplace. Dax, tell him.
It is a behir. Her father slayed it, and she put it there in his memory.
I was curious about how, the strength of a skull of an animal that could withstand fire constantly. Like, that's a very confusing sort of creature if it can do that. And that's the strength of a creature that must do that. That is almost incalculable. Incalculable.
Incalculable.
Yeah.
Incalculable.
Incalculable.
Quoin, give me a religion check when the name Behir is brought up.
Guidance.
And I'm just going to send you what you know if you succeed, so it's still private for you.
And then guidance I add 4.
Yeah, D4.
A D4, yeah.
Sorry, yes. I rolled a 15.
All right.
Did this monster learn to walk on air when it finally gave up all earthly tethers?
I sent you what you would know.
Cool. Thank you.
Wait. Caleb made a reference to something. Some of you laughed. I have no clue.
I didn't laugh because I don't understand it.
I know. I'll let that one sit. That one's one we can sit. If people know it, you know it. And if you want to talk to me,
I
Garrett,
feel
later.
like I know it.
You probably do, I think.
I'm sure it's from a song, but I can't remember the song.
It's not. It's not. No, it's not.
It's from
So-
it's from the new Hellboy movie.
Oh, that'd be sweet.
Yeah.
Homonym too.
There you guys go. You got your meals.
Quoin, can you say squirrel?
So I guess if knowing what I know, Justin, I would probably be like, I wonder how the battle must have been glorious.
What do you mean?
It's as you say, back here. They must have tried to put up a fight, but I'm sure that a righteous cause would bring down even the most ornery of Bahirs.
Sure, never heard of one.
They are but, but as we say, they are but farts in the wind for Bahamut. They are as, dandelions before a great blade. That is Bahamut.
Is that farts in the wind line? Is that in Bahamut's scripture?
It is more, as he is also known. Give me one moment. I must remember my scripture.
The fart cutter.
No, he is known. Yeah, be cool. Be cool.
Lower
He's
the
the-
cutter.
He is the Lord of the Great North Wind, the Great North Wind. So, what I am saying is, they are but particles passing through that are of no description. They would pass before, like if next time you are running, if you fart, you will not smell it. That is what I mean. Sort of a non-factor.
Bahamut, also known as coldest fart.
Did you just say Bahamut is a cold fart?
Right? Is that not what you said?
No,
North wind.
that is not what I said. He is the Lord of the North Wind. He is not a cold fart. He is not a fart at all.
I think technically a fart would be a southern wind.
Yes, that makes a lot more sense.
Oh shit, the skull comes alive.
Starts just chomping us for this conversation.
Yeah, it's basically cackling in here.
All of us.
No, Bahamut is the Lord of the North Wind. He is the wind that keeps you and lifts you and lifts all the wings of the faithful.
It's good to know. I apologize if I offended.
Oh, there is no offense to those who are ignorant of Bahamut. I must just teach you. That is all. It is offense only to me for my lack of ability to teach better. So I will work better on explaining the Bahamut. It is me who should be thanking you for the opportunity to educate about Bahamut. So thank you for allowing me to better explain the Justice Bringer.
Druck kind of looks at everyone else in the group in a look that says, I am so sorry.
And just ripping off pieces of bread, dipping it in gravy, and just listening contently.
The bread listens too.
You say the bread?
No. When bread attacks.
I am bread.
I am bread too. The breading.
But finish your meals relatively easily.
Well, that was really good. Head to bed now. All sharing a room. All of you okay with that?
Yeah, I am. If you are.
Okay.
And he just goes up there.
All right.
Hanging.
Those of you who head up to the room, it is a relatively open room with well-made wooden cots with fantasy mattresses.
That Talking straw, we talking feather.
Probably feather.
Nice.
And some like hide blankets. That's really all that's in here. Six beds and a window.
Is there a
Looking-
fireplace?
There is a fireplace.
Is it lit?
It is not.
Okay.
And a window looking to the north. And up on the eastern wall, there's like a doorway, like an open door without a door that leads into like a little room with like a wash basin. But like not a sit-in wash basin, it's like a one you just like can like wash your hands and face with.
Druck,
So, oh, go ahead.
Yes.
do you want me to help you get some of those burrs out of your back?
Druck, like pretty much face planted in the bed already, is just like he turns his head to the side.
Yes.
Druck, roll me 2d8 plus 4.
Excellent.
Is that how many burrs are in
yep.
his fur?
So it's
So many +4. That is 13.
Yeah, they're just all matted in there. 13 burrs.
Axe is gonna take their time, try to get a little bit of water, a nice little comb, and just gently start brushing them out.
Every once in a oh yeah, go ahead.
Slide a hand check to see how long it takes you.
Fuck, I love this. 6.
Oof. All right.
Every once in a while, you see
Definitely
Druck,
once in a
like,
while, you definitely tug on the hair a little too
Yeah.
hard.
you see him twitch. And she's like, "Ugh."
Apologies.
And
These are in here quite deep.
there's actually a good clump of hair in your comb. Druck, perception check.
passive of 18. Let's
Oh,
see how it
passive
goes.
of 18. Yeah, you definitely see when Dax when they pull the coin back. Coin, yeah, they're using coin to do it. Pulls the
That helmet just gets in there.
pulls the comb back, and you just see a clump of hair, but like pretty sizable, just in the comb.
Sorry, Druck. It'll grow back.
Yes, it will go back, but careful.
I'm used to taking burrs out of my family's, pets, the livestock, the dogs, the sheep, but not this type of fur. It's try to get another one out.
Okay, yeah, it takes about 45 minutes, but you get them all.
Ah, there you go. How do you feel now, Druck?
The extra, you didn't have to brush it as well, but I feel quite good, thank you.
I would do it for any of you.
What is everybody else doing in that 45 minutes?
Really loosens up the muscles.
dibs on a wall bed. And I just plop my stuff on one of the beds to the far left or right.
All right,
Is the fireplace lit?
it is not.
Okay. Is there like a lit candle in the room that's lighting the place?
Yes.
Okay. I'm just gonna pick up the candlestick, walk over to the fireplace. I'm gonna
What's
use
your AC?
control. My AC.
The candle bites you.
Ah, tiny servant.
Nah.
My AC is 12. Okay. Pick up the candlestick, walk over to the fireplace. I'm just gonna use control flames to expand the flame in
Okay.
5 feet in a direction to light the fireplace.
It's like you're taking a can of Axe and a lighter.
That's really all that spell is just deodorant.
Yeah. Yep.
And then I'll turn to everybody in the room and say, if you have same offer as last night, if you have any clothing or anything you'd like me to just we'll use the wand, clean up really quickly, I can do that for you.
And then you see Dax helping pick burrs out of Druck and prestidigitation. I'd say could probably do that as well.
Oh, I could actually help with that. I'll
And
come
then
over here.
Dax is done.
Oh, all right.
Quoin would probably be starting to take off his armor and try and get it piled in front of him on a bed near the window.
Alrighty.
But yeah, just kind of piled in front of him, and he would be sitting up, maybe sitting on the pillow, and with the small of his back with the pillow, but like just sitting in bed.
The bed is very sizable for Quoin. These are beds made for like ogre and very large orc patrons. So this bed is basically like a king size bed for you, Quoin.
Mm-hmm.
And your feet and arms extended. Don't go anywhere near the edges. And the pillow is basically almost the same size as like you, a little.
Yeah, the full body pillow.
Oh no, I could this pillow could be my whole bed, as it were.
Yeah.
Sorry, just what's the name of the inn again?
The Sheltered Fox.
Thank you.
But at night it becomes the Sheltered Fox.
We never asked the innkeeper's name.
Her name?
What was it?
You guys didn't ask her name.
I think Kenna's just writing in their journal for the evening.
Okay. Anybody else doing anything?
Somebody taking me up on my offer for laundry service?
Oh, yeah. Druck immediately just disrobes.
Ah, right.
Like, he's just face down in the bed, hairy back, brandished to the whole room.
Yes, I'll take care of that for you, Druck. And you can see Ven actually do this routine where he like just drapes it over a chair or something, anything that'll like, drapes her clothes over any sort of furniture there is in the room, and then just like has his wand out and is just repeatedly muttering the incantation to himself and just going like square foot by square foot and just like eradicating the dirt off of it. It just like whole squares become clean at a time.
Very appreciated. Thank you, man.
Not a problem at all.
So, Quoin, very tentatively, he's not going full buff. He's got a little more modesty and shame than Druck, perhaps. But he might, he's gonna pop that top off.
Nice.
And offer the shirt, because it's got blood, mud, sweat. This is like the crustiest of gym shirts.
Yeah. And yeah. Did Quoin get it washed the first time Ven offered? So yeah, 5 days worth of travel is in this shirt.
Yeah, no, this. It sounds like a fucking bag of kettle chips every time he moves. The crunch of this shirt.
Oh no!
It flakes a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Ooh.
Bit.
Yeah. This is some cheddar kettle chip action.
I need Dijon, bitch.
Oh, sorry.
Ooh, that sounds good though. But yes,
Really good.
But yeah, they maybe gets the pants, but he's got some modest, that's some Cheetos. He's got some modest, he's got like some trunk underwear. He's not like rocking whitey tighties or anything.
oh,
He's covered. And perhaps you all notice then for the first time,
I have a very important question.
you have a very important question?
Are they novelty Bahamut boxers?
No, but as you're scoping out to see if there's any sort of Bahamut boxers, you notice that Quoin has wings. That are tucked and not brandished at all, and he's incredibly slow and cagey. And you said you would maybe make the clothes not so crispity crunchity?
Oh, yeah, yes, I'd be happy to. Just drape it over the chair over there. I can, or the end of the bed. I can have them cleaned up in just a few moments.
Thank you.
As you drape it, it's so crusty it doesn't drape.
It just lays horizontal.
Yeah.
Like I put it on the back of the chair and the arms still stick out.
Pose.
Yeah, it's
Rowdy. It's fucking rowdy.
I might need a few passes on this one.
You know, there's some stains in there. I had to, you know, some of the food at the festival, and I spilled just a small amount on that shirt. And but does your magic make? Does it polish? A shield, perhaps, to glow like the scales of Bahamut.
It can certainly remove dirt. I don't know if it can. Justin, would you say the prestidigitation would include polishing as a?
yeah,
as an app?
I'd say so. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Yes, it could. This can.
Thank you. I would appreciate you polishing the shield. I will do the sword myself.
Happy to help.
Then Quoin starts polishing, or like honing the longsword.
Okay.
We'll do a couple prestidigitation passes on the shirt, like several times over, just to make sure
it starts to eventually drape over the chair.
Starts to act like fabric.
Yeah.
And
not like
cardboard
or Parmesan cheese or
Yeah.
a nice gratin of cheese. It's more shirt.
I also create the what is it? I can create a smell, I think, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm gonna give it like that nice, like fresh out of the dryer, like fabric softener scent.
Nice.
Like freshly laundered. And then for the shield, it's just like a circular motion with the wand, like a buffing wheel. Just little like shower of sparks on the end, like the buffing wheel spinning around as I just like run it around to the surface of the shield and polish it.
And Quoin, your shield looks like it did the day you got it, polished wise.
Thank you. Thank
Happy
you.
to help.
So Quoin then takes whatever the clean things, probably pops the shirt back on,
Mm-hmm.
and then folds everything else up, puts it in front of him, cross-legged, lays his back against the back of the bed, arms folded.
Question
Mm-hmm.
for Quoin.
Mhm.
Does the shirt have areas for the wings to come out?
Nope.
It does not. Okay.
There's no holes in the armor, and there's no holes in the shirt.
Doesn't that get uncomfortable?
What?
Having your wings smushed in like that. Does it get uncomfortable?
When you when you pull a spike out of your palm, is it more comfortable with the spike in or with the spike out?
I'd assume it'd be when it's out of your hand.
Right. So when you take away the burden that you have, it is more comfortable. I feel like I got so upset, and I'm sorry. I do not mean to be so upset.
No, I'm sorry for prying too much.
No, it's this. The wings have always made. They've always made me. They've always been a burden to me because every time people see me as a tool, and they want to use what was given to me for not good. So I take that decision out of everyone's hands. They do not get to use me. No one will use me again.
All right. I respect your decision.
Ben is just over washing his hands in the wash basin, and he's just going to turn around, and as he walks back by with his hand, like drying off his hands, just going to walk by Quoin and say, "I can certainly understand being given something that one might want to use for ill reasoning," and just gonna cold vision his hands, and just like until it turns to frost, and then just brushes the frost off, so it just trickles down to the ground.
I see you also carry what is, some may say is the, what is it, two-sided coin, sort of burden and curse.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Yes, I do.
Blessing and curse maybe is better.
I think which one it is depends on how you use it.
That is observant and wise of you to say.
But what if that coin lands on its edge? Isn't that a third side?
That is absolutely absurd. Coins do not land on the edge. That is absurd. The coin was the other.
If it did, that'd be such an astronomically low chance that I might as well be able to start reading minds or something.
That is hilarious. Why would one coin? Why would it fall on its? Why would it fall on its middle? That is, the coins are decidedly decisive when in their whether they go on one side or the other. The other?
Switched to French there for a minute.
I feel your pain.
Coin, you are a coin with obviously more than one side to you, so.
I was actually not named for a coin, as you may know it, as in a metal piece of currency. Actually, my name was given to me to mean a cornerstone of a building, like a foundation stone. That is what I was told. That was the meaning of my name that I earned.
Rook takes one of his silver pieces, and he's still lying face down and on his bed, and just flips it to see if it lands heads or tails,
Or on its edge?
or on its edge.
Okay.
Bring out that D2.
Tails.
It's butts tonight.
Ven,
Yes.
do you still have any energy in you to do my tunic?
Oh, I'd be happy to. Really doesn't take that much energy at all. It's just a bit of motion in the wrist, and that's about it.
Appreciated. And you just see Dax just like bunch your shirt off and take it, her tunic right off, and she just hands it to you.
Thank you. Go and hang that from like a curtain rod, probably, to get to be able to get all of it.
Watch Ven get carpal tunnel by the end of the campaign.
It's the greatest injury. The greatest injury for wizards is carpal tunnel. From turning all the pages in the books and waving the wand and everything. Yeah.
We're gonna go to a leather maker.
You need wrist support.
We're gonna get you one of those like
wrist brace.
Yeah, those gloves that go on that like the gamer glove. We're gonna make you one of those.
Oh my god, that sounds awesome.
Stand there and just
you can
dry
easily,
clean Dax's tunic.
Yeah, you can easily clean Dax's
And-
tunic.
When they take it off, you see right on their chest, where like their throat is, just where the tunic kind of ends, this deep scarring that goes from their throat across their neck and down, and what looks like on above where their heart is, almost like it looks like a J for some reason. Like she doesn't she is just fucking she doesn't have a shirt on, it's titties out, but she does not care. She's just like, well, Drek doesn't wear. There's no shirt. Quoin had his shirt off. She's like,
Here we go.
The only thing covering Druck is fur at this moment.
she has her pants on, but because her tunic got fucking caked in blood.
Yeah.
Oh, you muted.
We did some like Quentin Tarantino film blood work in that last
Yep.
fight.
But
Dead
anyone,
alive.
yes. But anyone who wants their clothes dry cleaned, you get them dry cleaned as it starts to get pretty late into the night. I'd say it's about 2 a.m. at this point.
Oh shoot!
Dinner, chit chats, hanging out, relaxing. Yeah.
We should sleep. We have a funeral to conduct in the morning, Quoin.
Yes, that is important. We need to make sure we are well rested for that.
Before we all get to sleep tomorrow, we're all heading to Belgrove, yes? Planning to travel more. Back to Unundil. Some of you had business, as I recall.
If that is the direction you are going, I would welcome the company on our way to Unundil City.
Sounds good to
Happy
me.
to accompany.
Just a reminder, you guys don't have to go to Unundial City because the contract's been taken care of. You guys can go anywhere you want.
But based on what Druck asked everybody, the only two people that had something impending, their business was in an Undeal
Yep,
City, so
just
that's
letting
why
y'all-
he suggested
Just
that.
letting you all know, though.
Okay.
Is that all right with everyone?
Yes, I would like to make sure that I fix my sword before I return to Unundil City. If somehow I could make these blades more similar, I would do it. Throws them back on
Mhm.
on the bed in front of him. Sits cross-legged, arms crossed in the bed.
All right, one by one, you all feel sleep eventually take you.
Dax put her
But-
tunic back on.
Okay. And as you all go to sleep, I need everybody but Caleb to take their headphones out. All right, Quoin.
So I'm
Everyone's sleeping at this point.
so I throw obviously I have my pants back on, but but Quoin quickly pulls that top back off, goes to the window and scooches it open.
Mhm.
Wanna grab the longsword
Okay.
and fly out onto the roof
Okay.
of the Sheltered Fox Inn.
Okay. You perch up onto the roof.
And knowing that was the north wind, I want to sit crisscross applesauce, facing the north wind,
Okay.
letting it blow into my face,
Mm-hmm.
blade unsheathed, laying across my lap, and just like closed eyes, trying to meditate on Bahamut and meditate on my mentor Yadalin, the Dragonborn, Yadalin the patient.
Mm-hmm.
Just meditate and try and pray and commune as
Okay.
best I can. Bahamut.
Roll me a religion check. Contested against my religion check. Not really.
Oh, I thought it was. That's a real bad religion check. That is a 2.
Okay.
I smell a fart on the wind.
No. There's a slight breeze, and it hits you first, and then it changes direction, and it goes towards the northeast, towards Untitled City.
So then, quietly, it sort of whispers, Bahamut blessed me with the perfect mentor, Yadlin the patient. I will follow her teachings, and I will remember patience and honor and balance. And like just stays up there for another like 15 minutes, just breathing in and like letting the wings come out and catch the wind.
Okay.
To like just feel it come over, like that flight, like in a decent wind, if you ever like let your arms out and like you let your throat up, like that vulnerable feeling of fully extending everything out and just letting everything wash and pass over you and like kind of through you in like a chilling and incredibly vulnerable moment that he wouldn't dare let anyone else see.
All right. And just for the sake of things, because we leveled up last session, you feel a little extra presence when that wind hits, meaning, hey, oath of there you go, your oath. And then that wind, you can see the wind, it keeps heading towards Untitled City, and then eventually you feel, tiredness start to kick in.
Yeah. So then it's climb back down and use the wings only as needed to get back in.
Yep.
Sneak in, place everything out in front of me, like all armor just on my chest and like back against the headboard.
Okay.
Just like again for the 5th or 6th night in a row, sleeping, sitting up, back against a wall, everything I own in my arms.
Alrighty. Wait till everybody gets their headphones on.
What a peaceful night's rest.
So, everybody gets a long rest. And for those of you keeping track of the date, it is now Leandin, the 3rd of Bluden.
Then also just unlocked a new racial ability, so I imagine he wakes up just coated in frost, just like a thin layer of frost.
Yeah. Fen, you guys all wake up, and Ven, you wake up, and there's just a thin layer of frost over your entire body.
Someone open a window or something? I'm not resistant to cold.
No, who would open a window? No one would. There was no window open. Why would anyone open a window? Maybe it was hot and there was a sort of, it's better to sleep, between 68 and 72 degrees than it is to, let yourself bake like a toasted cheeser by this incredibly hot fire. But there's no one who is lovely day for a stroll.
I can warm and I cast Produce Flame. It's like, you want a little blow dry? Melt some of that.
I'll just stand in front. Oh, the fireplace is out. Yeah, yes, that'd be lovely. Yes, thank you.
And I just with a hot iron, just pass it until it defrost.
Every 6 seconds it goes out.
Oh, come on.
Does it? I thought you could you could maintain Produce Flame.
No, you've got to.
Fine. Fuck me then.
No, 'cause that's how I had to fucking do something right with the frost made it. It was 6 goddamn seconds.
Well, produce flame is it's
Oh, yeah.
but
Until you dismiss it for 10 minutes. So just defrost Ben for 10 minutes.
I like that this party seems to prioritize comfort and domestic utility with our magic.
Druck is not used to this at all. Like, you guys are doing this, and he's just like this is the way to travel. I am not letting these people go ever.
And as you're all preparing for the day, there's a on your door. Hello, it's me. Modoc has left something as a reward for helping him. And then he says he'll be meeting you at the cemetery in about 20 minutes.
Oh, yes, why don't you, please, Fraulein, come in. Pardon me.
Walked in.
It's actually
Oh, yeah,
not
brother.
Not that Fraulein. Not that Frau Lewin. So I said Fraulein, not Frau Lewin.
Fraulein. Was it Fraulein or Fräulein?
Fraulein. Ooh.
But the halfling proprietor opens the door carrying a chest, and she sets it down on a table and goes, he left this for you.
We never asked. Someone brought up that we were incredibly rude. We asked about your papa and how he killed, the mantle, and we never asked what your name is and what.
Corinne.
Ah, Corinne. Oh, it's a danke, lovely name.
Thank you.
And I'm sure we all introduced ourselves while I was, voraciously eating your delicious crayfish.
No, strangers as well.
Oh, sorry. I am Quoin Harting. And I will let everyone else, disclose their handles as they will.
Canna.
Druck buckling up his leather skirt and armor.
Druck.
I'm Ven Khihalis. While Druck is undisclosing his handle.
His man handle. Oh,
Great.
no, I'm sorry. I'll mute myself. Sorry.
Dax.
Good to meet you all. Well, I won't keep you. You have a busy day ahead of you, I guess. Funerals and all that. And then she scurries
Bryn,
off. Yo, yes.
did Modoc happen to mention if any letters came?
No.
Or if you had? Alright. Thank you.
And then she scurries off. And yeah, there's a chest on the main table in front of the hearth in this, or the fireplace in this room.
Friends, thought we already got reward.
I believe we were paid for our service to the crown. I don't know if we were paid for filling out the contract that we had committed to the man that we killed, but still, it was a legal. I don't mean to grouse, but it was a legal contract that we had with the hunting guild. So maybe this is sort of a, I scratch your back, you scratch my back, sort of.
I think it might just be a reward for returning his son.
Oh, that would, make one be a little more open-handed, I would think.
Druck's gonna just go over there and open it.
All right, there's a note that says, "Thank you for your help. Could not afford much in terms of currency due to the current conditions of the settlement and the wolf fiasco, but the people who had these items have no need for them, and they wish for you all to have them." Inside, not a lot of coin. You guys have gotten a decent amount of coin. 36 silver pieces. A potion with yellow fluid streaked with black that swirls on its own. A white pearl with flakes of gold scattered throughout, worth 100 gold pieces, so we can fix that identify thing. A first level spell scroll. 2 slightly heavier than usual crossbow bolts with coiled tips that kind of spiral out at the end, and a ragged looking backpack that is slightly cold to the touch, and there's almost looks like there's frost on the metal buckles of it.
Not to be greedy or anything, but that pearl there would allow me to use a spell which I would be able to use to identify all of these things. It's the spell of identification.
Wait, so are you saying that this specific item would make it so that you could tell us what everything else was?
Yes, it's one of the. It's some spells have a more complex physical component to them. They need a focusing agent that my wand here isn't strong enough for.
Gov, it is too bad that if you use it, it would turn into dust. Yes, that's what is that is the way of your book magic.
No, in this case, it doesn't. The spell doesn't actually consume the pearl. It's reusable for this. Sometimes that is the case, though. Sometimes some sort of material is required for fuel, and it is destroyed in the process. But this is more of a focusing agent than fuel.
I don't understand. I can do this. Silver, pearl, scroll, weird liquid, crossbow bolts, in the backpack.
Well, yes, but several of those things I believe may be magical.
I identified them right there. I just told you.
Well, yes, but I believe some of them have magical properties, specifically the potion at the very least.
I'm sorry to correct you, friend Druck. But what he's saying, he's going to use one item, and he's going to use one item and book magic to make all of these things extremely more clear in the eyes of all of us. You say backpack, but it could be a backpack that could turn into a nightmare as it was on your back. Or it could, maybe, keep your sandwich fresh. Who knows? Until, we allow him to use this with his book magic.
Druck,
Yes.
let's say you have a cup of water.
Mm.
It's water, right?
Yes, water.
That's what it looks like.
But then someone pooped in it.
What
It's
if you
just
touched
water.
what your eyes tell you it's water? Let's say you go to take a sip. What if it is acid? Your eyes wouldn't tell you it's acid.
Never
That's-
seen clear acid.
But what Ven is doing with his book magic, he would be able to see that cup of water and tell you it's not really water.
I can see and I can smell and I can hear. You saying that that will not work.
Perception is reality, Druck, and sometimes it's not correct.
And in theory, these properties could be determined through physical means. We could taste the potion and determine what it does. We could try out the items, but this just makes it safer and altogether a little quicker.
And also there is a subtle sort of there's something I was taught that sometimes items carry a subtle imprint. Like if you ever were to buy bread, and I love the smell of fresh bread. If the baker who made your bread, if he were to pick his nose before he made you bread, and then he were to knead the dough, and then he were to bake the bread, there's almost I would bet you all of the platinum in the great castle where Bahamut lives that you would not discern that there was perhaps some sort of booger in your bread until you perhaps maybe bit into the slimy mongrel that was hiding inside of your bread. And in this case, if that curse or blessing inside of the item, that would be immediately discerned. I am understanding if that is, I don't mean to overstep. Is that what you are saying? If you were to grab this item and take it on as your own, you could make sure that there were no boogers in our bread.
Yes, that's a fair metaphor. Yes.
That is so Druck, friend Druck, that is what I am saying when you have book magic on your side. Is there any Kenna, have you seen any sort of like, have you seen any sort of nature magic like this?
Real quick, while they're having this conversation and explaining it, I just want to pick up
Yeah.
the pearl in the backpack and just start spending 10 minutes to ritually cast identify.
Okay.
We only have 20 until we have to get to a
Oh,
funeral.
yeah, no, we
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
oh,
So-
Prioritize the
Druck
backpack.
Druck is just grabbing the crossbow bolts, not
Okay.
waiting for them to be identified.
So the pack is a pack of preserving. This ragged-looking pack has the following magical property: food and other perishable items do not age or decay while inside of it. The pack can hold up to 50 pounds. That is only food and perishable items like drinks and stuff. Nothing crazy. The pack can hold up to 50 pounds.
So it's almost like a bag of colding.
Yeah, essentially.
but
But it's a reflavored official item. So it's not
That's
a chest, it's a backpack instead of a chest.
Oh, nice. Yeah. So
Doesn't
after
it
10
definitely
minutes,
take... It definitely only takes 1 minute, right?
I'm ritually casting it, so it takes 11.
Cool. The potion is a potion of speed.
Oh, can I get multiple things with it? I thought it was only
I'm
one
gonna,
thing per.
For the sake of this, I'm saying it does multiple.
Oh, okay.
Because you got a few.
we've been given a shot clock, and I appreciate your benevolence as a DM. Thank you.
So yeah, it's a potion of speed, which is a very rare magic item.
Ooh.
When you drink this potion, you gain the effect of the haste spell for 1 minute. No concentration required.
That's so good.
What else?
Can I ask a question about that potion of haste?
Yes.
Do you feel the after effects of the drowsy, or will we have to find out?
Since it does cast haste on you, then yes.
But it'd be after a full minute.
After a
has
full
passed,
minute.
not after.
Yeah.
Like it wouldn't end early.
Yeah,
Oh,
it wouldn't end early. Yeah. You'd have the full minute duration.
that's real cute. I like that.
The spell scroll, which you don't need to identify, you can just read it,
Right.
is a spell scroll for a spell called Frost Fingers. Freezing cold blasts from your fingertips in a 15-foot cone. Each creature in that area must make a con save, taking 2d8 cold damage on a failed save or half as much damage on a successful one. The cold freezes non-magical liquids in the area that aren't being worn or carried.
Ooh.
So you can freeze a 15-foot cone area of non-magical liquid. Just,
Ooh.
and that's a first-level evocation spell for wizards.
Yeah.
Blood isn't magical, is it?
Nope. You can freeze blood.
Probably not inside of
I'm gonna say the crossbow bolts got picked up in it too, just so Garrett knows what he's got.
Oh, okay. I was all right with not knowing what I had, but this is fine too.
Walloping ammunition. This ammunition packs a wallop. A creature hit by the ammunition must succeed in a DC 10 strength saving throw or be knocked prone. So 2 crossbow bolts that you can shoot and one... Yeah. What else was in there? And the backpack. That's everything.
That's awesome. This is cool stuff.
So while he was identifying, you all for the first time might see Quoin's Bahamut vestments, his priest vestments, which would go over the armor, which is like one of those like they're called vestments, but it's like that extra shirt priests have over their robe, that like glittery woven stuff. They also look very out of style, very old, like my first priest robes.
Nice.
Like very old, like certainly hand me down, cared for very well, but certainly hand me down. So they come over, and he's got what do they call it? Catholic school, you're failing me. It's not called brazier. It's
Brazier?
yeah, brazier, but it's the one that has chains and it goes back and forth.
Censer.
Oh,
The censer,
the
yeah.
censer, yeah.
The incense, yeah.
Yeah. So it's got a sensor that he's loading up with.
The good kush.
Yeah.
Gonna hotbox this funeral, baby!
Can you hotbox the outside?
Nice. But the
Wall of Force.
but the sensor is the face of a dragon. Like it's a smaller face of a dragon. And as he's loading it up, you would know, or yeah, you just know that he's loading the incense into the mouth of the dragon's thing, like kind of between the things. And he's just loading it up, and he's kind of getting it ready, and he's Got like
Len would. Oh,
a
sorry,
small, well, just a small testament of Bahamut, but like not like that's not. He's not going to be like. He's probably not going to be testifying, but like just gotta just adjusting.
Ven would also just bottom of his backpack would pull out also a set of vestments from like has to empty out everything else from his backpack. They are like smashed into the very bottom, like way down in there. Has to like probably like he takes them out, sets them up, has to like prestidigitation and ink stain out of them from like where one of his pens like accidentally blotted on them from being in there for too long, and then like gets the wrinkles out.
Not even an industrial iron could do that, Sam, and you know it.
Magic.
Yeah.
But if I remember correctly, Quoin and Kenna both grew up in Anundil City.
Yes.
So would they how much time would they have spent around or near the would they be familiar with any of the temples in town, like the big one?
Quoin probably mostly. Kenna probably not so much.
I
Okay.
would've inside, but I feel like I would have known. Oh yeah, there's Bahamut, there's Mortranius, there's.
Bahamut doesn't have a temple in the city that you know.
But
of.
Bahamut's temple in the city would have been essentially a worn down shack,
Yeah.
or like it people would have been like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah,
like
yeah, that one would have fallen into ruin basically. The biggest and most noticeable temple in the city is the one to Armothnon, which dominates one of the districts in town.
And it's the uniform vestments of that temple that Ven pulls out and starts putting on, like the straight up, just like the the stuff that's like, oh, that's the stuff that the people that work in the archdiocese over there wear.
Mm-hmm.
you got that, like, you got gold leaf sewn into your shit, and mine's like, oh, okay, yep, no, I'm good, I'm fine.
But he generally looks reluctant and unhappy the whole time he's putting it on.
And I'm prouder than a peacock, and then I see your shit glowing, and I'm like, cool. Yep, I'm fine.
Hey, Quoin. Make yours glow too if you wanted.
No, this is I require no sort of there's the only shine that is required is that of your personal faith. I believe that everyone's sort of, it is a personal relationship that you have with your deity. You do not need any sort of decoration to express your So we've got a funeral to go to then. We've got to, it's okay, we will.
At this point, you guys got about 5 minutes to get there.
And I couldn't agree more. We should hurry.
Yes, let us run there and sort of use any energy we can. Do you think we could get maybe a hard-boiled egg or something to eat while we run?
Yeah, I got you guys covered. How do you guys feel about magical cranberries? And
Yes, promise. You keep promise, yes.
just in my hand, a handful of 10 berries appear that look like cranberries.
Mm-hmm.
Give everyone each a good berry.
Okay.
Alright, this should keep us full for the rest of the day, but I'm going to keep these extras in case we need them for emergencies.
Yeah, Ven, you eat the cranberry. Tastes like a cranberry, but then out of nowhere, like, oh, I don't need to eat for the rest of the day.
So, I'm stuffed. I couldn't eat another bite. This doesn't feel like it's going away.
Kenna, I will hold you to this, alright?
Alright.
I mean, you've scavenged for berries. It tastes like a cranberry, and as soon as you swallow, you feel like you're full. And you don't need to eat for the rest of the day. You got all your energy in that little good berry. If you got a druid in your party who has good berry, you can say goodbye to fucking keeping track of rations. Doesn't matter.
Well, if we want to, I mean, we're still low level. That first level spell
True.
slot is still pretty nice to have.
True.
Of my total spell slots. So, how do you feel, Druck?
He tries to put on a mask.
Deception check.
Okay.
Can I make an insight check?
Oh.
Oh nope.
I rolled a 19 minus 2, so 17.
6 total.
Okay, he like essentially tries to hide his astonishment at that.
He says, "We'll see by the end of the day."
I mean, if you want another, I can get you another.
I'm full for now.
Alright.
We should
Still
go.
trying to maintain like that skepticism.
You all find your way to the cemetery area, where you can see there's been more graves freshly dug. Probably you can assume probably for the bodies they found. And standing near one of the graves is Modoc, the Baron, wearing more of a relaxed sort of outfit, more dark colored leathers and hides, and he's standing there, and there are 2 priests there lowering the body of an ogre child into a hole. Ah, you've arrived. Come.
Our condolences for your loss.
Thank you. I want to thank you again for giving me closure.
Least we could do.
How many graves are being dug?
As many as there were graves at the hunting shack.
Okay. Does it appear as though there's an extra one for the murder of these people?
Nope.
Okay. So we don't know where the head or the body
Oh no, we brought the
went.
head.
You guys have the head.
Yeah. Oh, we still maintained the head. We're carrying that.
Yeah, he
that
didn't take
thing
it from
around.
you. Yeah.
Okay.
Which maybe I assume you put in the pack of preserving so it doesn't.
Bing.
And
Or I'm gonna have to be hosing that out with prestidigitation
magic
later.
item, you don't need to.
The smell
Sure.
though, it's
Turn
like
it
lingers
inside out.
And as,
in the space.
as you
yeah.
arrive, what time did you guys go to bed? 2 a.m. So it's 10 a.m. roughly.
10:20.
Yeah. And I rolled for the weather today, and rain starts to fall. Not a heavy rain like it's been in the last couple days. Just a slight little morning drizzle. And Modoc looks at Ven and Quoin, seeing you're dressed for the occasion. I generally don't know how this works, so go ahead.
So I really quickly pull Ven to the side.
Mhm.
So maybe I say something first, and you maybe say something second, and you slam dunk it. I sort of give you use the alley oop, and you bring it home, over the top.
We'll follow whatever lead you set. I'm sure you're going to do a fantastic job.
Okay, well I would do my best to honor the child and to honor the dead. All right, okay, perfect.
Can we? Is there a gravestone? Is there a marker? Because we don't know the kid's name. And
Yeah, Gudok.
okay, just subtly while we're while we're
just-
conferring, just
Yeah.
just elbow and point really quick at the gravestone for the name. That's a bad way to start a funeral. Just like we are gathered here to what was his name?
Well, it's like multiple people's funerals too, so you don't.
This
know
is only
too
for.
much, right?
They only asked him for the one for the child.
Oh, okay.
The other ones have
Never
already
mind
been. The other ones have already been buried.
then. Never mind.
Thank you all in attendance for those who have gathered. It is hard to understand the balance that can be reached when there is a death of a child. It is incalculable. It is incalculable, the weight of the loss and every step that we take is one that is towards the great balance of us all. So we must remember that if you seek too much to find meaning in the meaningless, you will suffer the fate of imbalance. And then just kind of half panic, going. Then he walks up to Ven and whispers, "I'm so sorry, this is my first one of these. I tried to help. I tried to talk about balance. I don't know."
You did fine. You did fine. I'll take it from here.
Okay.
I've helped with quite a few of these.
Bahamut be good. And just
Um,
and he lights the sensor, and smoke starts billowing out of the nostril
Nice.
of the dragon head, and just
Nice.
kind of swinging it back and forth, just like.
Okay.
yeah. So Ven will step up, and is going to begin. Will be like starts with like a well practiced prayer of Armathan, and like a very like the official one, the one that like people might know, the like the rote prayers, like starts into that, just full on memorized.
The
Just-
Lord's Prayer.
Yeah, like the Armathan's version of the Lord's Prayer. Just start off with that, full on memorized, start to finish. Lead everyone through that. Go into a little bit of a speech. He doesn't want. He knows these people don't want him to stand around and do a whole ceremony for hours. But he'll do a little bit of a speech riffing off of the Quoin's balance, and about how we celebrate the dawn of life, but we gather similarly for its dusk, though rarely in celebration, and especially when the day of a life ends so quickly, it can be difficult to find the balance and to see how this fits into the balance of the world. And like, there is nothing right about this. Like, it's hard to see how life can go on, and unfortunately those are answers that the gods don't make readily apparent to us. They're not things that are easy, because life never is. But one thing that we can be confident in is that the light of what was the kid's name again?
Gudak.
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 Just Gudak.
Just Ven's eyes maybe dart over to the stone for a second, but the light of Gudak lives on in the. Do you know? Would I know what outer plane Armathan resides on?
Yep. Mount Celestia.
Okay. The light of Gudak now shines upon the slopes of Mount Celestia, where he shall know peace and happiness evermore, as we all yearn to earn our way to find our way to his side when our time comes.
Yes, and under the watchful eyes of Bahamut, he will play on the slopes of Celestia, under the watchful eyes of Bahamut.
Indeed. And then, like, maybe like one of the slower, more mournful hymns that he would know, and then kind of close everything out.
Okay. And as you do that, you do the prayer. Through the storm, actually, the rain, there's a little bead of sunlight that comes through and rests on Ven as Ven is speaking. And as Quoin is speaking, there's just a gentle breeze, just. And as this comes to a close, Modok stands up from his kneeling position, puts his hand over his chest, and starts singing in Giant. Just, and then the two priests that he's brought along, they start moving their hands in the air as Ven and Quoin are saying their rites, and the priests start to move the dirt with their hands, and the child is buried. And the funeral is complete.
Do you have a translation for that? Because Kenna speaks Italian.
I do, but it doesn't really matter.
At the end of the speech, Druck goes to clap, but then realizes that's not something that should be done, and then he just stops and lowers his hands.
Modok turns, thank you so very much.
It is an honor to. It is an honor, and a solemn promise to keep. If ever there is this sort of thing.
Where are you all headed now?
You said, Druck, you said we were going to, what was it, Beaverville? What was the name of the place? Bridgetown? What was it?
Belgrove. East.
Yes.
I pooched it. I certainly missed what it was called. Belgrove, not Beaverton at all, huh?
No.
Yes, heading there on our way back to an Undeal city.
Well, safe travels.
Thank you.
Do you happen to have a skilled blacksmith in town?
I do.
You do?
Yes.
You have a skilled blacksmith in town.
Yes, he leans in. Fezzik was stealing the silver weapons from him. From what we gathered.
Well, maybe I can talk to this. If you. Thank you for this information. Thank you.
And he turns back to the gravestone and just. You get a sense he wants to be left alone.
Yeah. Yes.
As they leave, Anna just puts a hand on his shoulder and they say, "May his memory be eternal," and then pat his shoulder, and then they join the group.
Okay.
Quoin, do you want to stop by a blacksmith?
Yes, I do want to stop by a blacksmith. That sounds blacksmith. That sounds very advantageous for me. That sounds good. Is anybody else needing any sort of smithing to happen with?
Should we return the silver weapons? What are your thoughts?
I would say that'd be the right thing to do, yes.
For the sake of balance, I would say that perhaps, returning items that were stolen might be that would be the right thing to do.
Yes.
But I will not, Yep, that is what I would say is the right thing to do. Let us seek out this blacksmith.
All right, so I'll head to the back. The blacksmith is nestled right by the gates you guys came in through. Actually, no. He's nestled by the eastern gates, so you have to go through the eastern gates to get to Belgrove anyway. And his little blacksmith shop is set up right there to get people as they leave and as they come in, basically. And it's a quaint little place. It's not really a building. It's more of a shack that has a roof over top of it to protect from the elements. And the forge is basically outside. It's everything's outside, and he's hammering away, and you see this really muscular, orange-skinned, like ruddy, rusty-colored, skinned orc with massive pierced tusks, eye patch, and his left arm from the elbow down is also made of like solid metal, and it looks like it's made of platinum, and it's a prosthetic, and he's currently hammering with his back turned and working.
Hail and well met.
Well, hello there. Turns around. Ooh, nice armor. What can I do for you?
Well, what you can do for me is, and he pulls out the silver rapier.
Mm-hmm.
I believe this is your work. Your
Oh,
work.
yeah, it is. Thank you. Takes it.
So what I want you to do, if you could, we found that on a nasty man. There was a nasty man.
I've already heard all.
You've heard about the nasty man?
Yeah, heard he had others. Heard he had more of my stuff too.
He did. You know, he was a nasty man, and your blade. It was the first time I have held a blade. It's maybe the best blade I've ever used.
Well,
Specifically for my, you know, for the gifts I was given by Bahamut.
well, what can I do for you then? And I appreciate the compliment.
Pulls out the longsword. I was hoping you could make this blade more similar to the blade that you gave me.
I can do that. Now, just so you're aware, I don't know if you are, I make weapons out of very well sought after materials. Silver, for example. Most of my weapons, the dresser silver, are made of platinum. Now, I generally go to the mines myself to mine the platinum, but you did return one of my prized weapons. How about this? He gives you the rapier back. Since you seem to prefer that kind of blade, you can hold on to that for the time being. Think of it as a loaner. I heard about your deeds that you and your friends have accomplished regarding the wolves and Fezzik. Never liked him much anyway. How would you feel about going to the mines yourself and mining me some platinum? And I'll say that will cover the fee of me making you a platinum weapon that you ask for, free of charge. The mines are in the Taragahar Mountains, just east of the capital. So,
I am
very much not out of your way, basically.
I would do this thing for you, but I cannot ask anyone else to do it with me, as it is a task I must do on my own. If as far as I cannot promise, but I will do this thing for you. Are you trying to say, I must ask, are you trying to hold on to this blade that I've given you to modify? Are you trying to hold on to it?
Yeah, I'd be modifying the weapon you're giving me, yeah.
And your name is?
Oh, fuck, I didn't prepare it.
Oh, fuck. It is a name I have not heard of.
Yes, it's a fuck. Oh, fuck.
Oh, fuck.
It's O-F-U-K. It's O-fuck. O-F-U-K.
Nice. Oh, I love this.
I thought it was PH, gonna be honest.
Nope.
You know, I've never heard this name before, but I like it. It sounds...
O-fuck, yes.
Awful. Yes, no, it sounds like you have... It sounds like you have a good conviction. But I must warn you, this blade means more to me than the talents of Bahamut. And if anything were to come to this blade, I feel I must warn you. It is not a threat, I promise you. This is not a threat. This is like a promise more than a threat. If there's anything that happens to this blade when I come back, and it is not in the shape that I've given it to you or better, I am unfortunately going to have to I don't know what I would do. There's so much rage inside of me boiling up about a possible scenario where I would have to enact some sort of vengeance on, like, pain. If you could think of pain.
I understand.
No, I thank you for letting me articulate that. I am sorry. I must take a moment to this moment, this little just starts to realize that there's something real bubbling up inside that he doesn't quite fully understand. Like
I will take the best care of this weapon. Also,
Thank-
you can just keep it. You can keep it with you as well if you'd rather just hold on to it until you find your way back in this area.
if at some point maybe you could draw up plans and I could just keep it on my back, and then you could draw up plans for me and explain what you want to do with the weapon. But this is the sort of material plus the platinum we would bring back for you. This is what you would sort of be working.
I'd make it into whatever shape and design you'd prefer. Any functionality, whatever you'd prefer. Yeah.
You truly are. Your metal magic is beyond comprehension. Thank you.
Thank you. What's your name?
Oh, I am Quoin Harting.
That's good to know. I should write a note so that you'll be stopping by with some platinum.
We will be stopping by with platinum, and we will honor our agreement.
Also,
I will honor our agreement. Thank you.
I wouldn't recommend going in the mines alone anyway. Just try not to venture too deep into the mines.
You know, yes, thank you. I will do my best to dig both productively and shallowly into your mines, into those mines.
They are coming.
Yes, no, I did.
Drums in the deep.
But I've heard they have delved too greedily. I try not to bring it up too much.
Yeah, there were stories of people who dug a little too deep in those mines and they found stuff they weren't too keen on.
Yes, I've heard this tale. I've tried to stay away from any wells while hearing this tale.
It's a really good idea. But yeah, yeah, if you ever, come back, think on it. What kind of designs you want me to make on this bad boy, and you'll have it.
I also think I would love your input as well. I just also should point out that that it is too much blade for me. As it currently stands, it is rather large, and I feel as soon as I put your blade in my hand, that something made for speed is more what would be better for me.
All right, I can definitely accommodate that.
Thank you.
Well, I got some work to do, but yeah, I'll only need about let's see, kind of like he gets up from behind his counter, he kind of like sizes you up a little bit, measures. Can you hold out your sword arm?
Quoin holds out a claw, just as strong as he can, like kind of
Okay.
half.
He's like measuring it, holding it. And he's like, nice. All right, cool. I'll need about, to make you a weapon, I'd need about 6 pieces of platinum ore.
Then 6 is the number I will bring back to you.
Excellent.
Here.
And he just puts the silver bolts on the thing. He hasn't said a single word up until then, but he just looks the guy and then puts the bolts on the counter or near him.
Y'all can keep them.
You sure we have these are yours? Yes.
Yeah, but I mean, you chose to return them. You seem like honest folk, so yeah. Go ahead. Think of it as a favor for stopping the individual who was stealing my shit.
Perhaps if we come across other items, we give these back to you for free.
Sure. Not necessary, but alright.
Hmm.
Well, I gotta get back to work, but I look forward to helping your friend. And Ofek turns around and just starts working. I should write that down.
Yeah, I wrote it down.
Better make a character sheet. This is gonna be Bjork's Nast 2.0.
Oh, I don't need to make a character sheet for NPCs.
Oh no, he's gonna be Sigmund 2.0.
He might
Sigmund,
be.
there we go.
Might be.
Surprise.
Oh, fuck.
That's Bahamut.
Surprise! It's just Sigmund.
Yeah.
I am Sigmund. I am Ofek.
Ooh.
Raid in the last 30 years.
Well, do any of you have anything you'd like to do before we leave town? We no longer have a cart.
Justin, this doesn't seem like the kind of place that would probably have magical ink and paper.
Nope.
Okay, so I thought.
Ofek's still sitting there. There is a stable if you need rads. They don't generally give away carts. They do sell beasts of burden if you need a beast of burden to ride on.
You know, I think it's probably good. Right?
All right. Well, if not, Belgrove, if that's where you're headed, isn't too far from here. It's only 50 miles
Seems about the same distance that,
from Kenlaith
From
to
Kenlaith
Giant's
to-
Cradle. Yep.
yeah. Maybe a little less, but yeah.
Nope. Exactly the same.
Oh.
2 days.
I got everything measured out. So 2 days of travel.
Alright, so
But then again, I don't suggest having beasts of burden in this wilderness. On kegs.
Sorry,
On kegs.
I don't
Does
speak
Druck
this
know what that
language.
is?
You were
I don't
already.
speak
You
this
guys were
language.
already warned about on kegs the day before. Someone mentioned giant insects that burrow underground and burst out and take mounts and pull them under.
But has Druck encountered any
Nope.
of those before? Okay.
If Druck would have encountered them, Druck would no longer be here.
Yeah, okay. That's fair.
Stonks.
But good luck with your travels. I got work to do. And he goes back to start hammering and working on stuff.
Thank you, Orphic. We will come back with 6 platinum. I will come back with 6 platinum for you, and we will discuss more designs that fit someone of my stature and skill. Thank you.
Not a problem. Have fun. It's a rainy day.
Auf Wiedersehen.
well, let's go. The road is ahead.
All right.
Before we head off, Druck,
Oh, yes. Need to visit
or Mike and a
mushroom.
friend.
Yes, mushroom man. Mushroom person.
Yes, we decided to call them Micah, I believe.
Yes. Yes, must visit them.
I suppose I'll go visit them as
Okay.
promised.
Where are you going?
Back to where you last saw him,
Okay. So the
which is
guard.
next to the
Garden.
Hunters Guild.
Yep.
I believe.
Not there currently.
Oh no.
He'll look around to see if he left any traces, and try to.
Anyone looking around can make survival. This would be survival checks.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna help look if I can.
No. Well, just kinda.
17.
Okay.
A 9.
Okay. Who? Anybody else roll?
Survival, you said?
Yep.
21.
Okay.
Thank you, Kraken Dice.
You've been rolling great for a survival check.
Ben, did you roll one or no?
I did not know.
Okay. So Druck and Dax, you see footprints heading out the east gate that look very Myconid-like.
Should try to find. See, yes. Need to say goodbye.
And and he'll start following those.
Okay, they start to go into the woods. So off the road into the woods.
Druck, where are you going?
I'm making it, friend told me to see them before we left town.
Alright. Seems like they've already departed.
Yes, strange. But promise is a promise.
Alright.
Do you all follow into the woods?
Yeah.
Since
oh.
as they're going, Dax is going to go into the hunting lodge for a moment and see
They
if
do
any.
not let you in.
Oh shit.
As soon as you try to go in, they're like, not today.
Can I inquire if any letters got delivered?
Nope.
As in, you won't tell
No,
me that.
as in no letters delivered today.
Okay, that is all I wanted to know. Thank you.
All right.
Then Dax goes back with the
Alright.
group.
Some point in here, I would have gone back to the door, found anywhere, back to the room, into a bathroom, anything where I could find a private place to change back into normal clothes and stuff the vestments back into the bottom of the pack. Also, Ven would not inquire about it, but I am asking about it.
Oh, okay.
The mayor's son, when he brought him into town, he had him wrapped up in his cloak, and he did not remove the cloak when he left the body with the mayor. So
When you go back to the room, your cloak is laid out on one of the beds.
okay, then he would not have asked for it back, but he's very glad to see it, and he'll press the digitation it a little bit, and then put it back on, and then go run after everybody.
All right.
Get rid of the child ghosts inside those cloaks.
We clean the.
So
It's rude. It's rude. I'm sorry. That was
They're child bones!
So, do you all follow Druck into the wilderness off the road?
yes.
Okay.
And also, Quoin wanted to make it very clear. I did not mean to promise any of you to my mission of getting platinum for a new weapon for me. That is, I do not mean to bring you on my mission.
As I understand, platinum is valuable, so could be beneficial to all of us.
I just don't want you to think that I would try to speak for any of you. I appreciate any help you give me, but I do not mean to promise your harm or skills to any sort of mission that I need. I meant to speak only for myself and not for any of you in that specific mission. So I apologize if you think I was trying to speak for you. I was only trying to speak for myself.
And as you all step into the forest, we're going to take a break because we're at 2.5 hours and I haven't had a break yet. So, break time.
Woo!
We're back here in 5 minutes. So, bye-bye, everyone. Well, not bye-bye, but see you then. everybody. We're back. Saffron City.
Expensive city.
The hardest gym.
Pops in my head because of our conversation. Anyways, back.
Someone
So
resistant to psychic damage.
you've all left Giant's Cradle, roaming through the wilderness, looking for a myconid. It's raining, and after about an hour and a half, following the tracks, you find a very large fallen down tree. And there's something sitting inside of the tree. The log just sitting in there.
Falls in the forest and there's no one around to hear it. Does it even make a sound?
Yes.
Just says that, but
of
it's
question.
looking, but it's looking at the tree.
Hello.
No response.
he'll get closer and try to inspect. Or I mean, like he'll get within the range, the closest he can get, and still see. So he's still about 10 feet away. But
There's something sitting inside the tree.
Hello.
Turns to look at you, and you see the Myconid.
I returned, as promised.
It nods.
We are leaving.
It nods again.
All right. Was there something else you wanted to say?
Spores pop out and get on everybody. And you all see the visit, just like... There's no language communication here, it's just... the feelings of wishing someone good luck.
I guess Druck will communicate back the same.
Okay.
And good luck. Try not to get caught out in the sun. And hopefully see you later.
Alrighty. And then turns back to just sit inside the log.
Alright.
They just wanted me to come back and talk to them before we left. So, that's done.
Alright. Should we locate the mines?
Oh, they're many days away.
And I believe there was someone who had business in Belgrove. The bird I maybe called Beaverton earlier, and I meant no ill intent by, explaining the name because I'd forgotten it's actually Belgrove.
We have no business in Belgrove. There's just a town along the way.
Oh, okay. Then to Beaverton it is.
Yeah, looking at your map, it's basically just on the way.
Is the next stop.
And then you'd come to a fork in the roads after a couple after Belgrove. There would be 10, 20, 30, 40. After 40 miles, you come to a fork in the road, and looking at the map, east to the mountains where the platinum mine is, and north to Anundial City.
Yeah, Druck is just casually kind of showing people the map that he has of the area. It may or may not be correct in some parts, but it's what's there. And yeah.
So, yes, that is the path.
Alright. Well, maybe we'll be able to, pick up a job in Belgrove and do a little multitasking over at the mines.
Yes. More opportunities to make Quoin and live better.
Exactly.
It was, it was sort of something I took for granted, but it was nice to have a cart and to have oxen.
You get used to walking after a while. The first few days are a little rough.
I have walked before, but I've never done this sort of hike. And it is, it is causing there's an aggravated rubbing of my armor against my, my skin. And it is a new sensation that is not totally unpleasant.
Druck does one of these, and it's just like,
This is why I have lighter coverage, as you can see. The chafes against the fur.
Yes, I can see that this may be something that would benefit me in the future.
Oh, if we actually I don't know if this town has one, but if the next town we stops in has some sort of not an alchemist, but an herbalist, what's the word? Apothecary. There's a powder actually that does great. If you apply it to the area, it actually really helps to prevent that.
Is this some more of your book magic?
No, just modern medicine.
Yeah, there's a root that you grind up into fine powder. Relieves that kind of wear into use.
Tends to work on fleshier types, not necessarily scales.
Oh, I never knew actually where you got it. I just always got it from a store or a supply cabinet.
I'm pretty sure it's a root. Called talcum root.
we are saying this as we're trying to make our way back to the
Yeah.
road.
For the sake of sanity, your first day of travel is uneventful.
Yeah.
Because I'm not going to do another. Yeah, because eventually, yeah.
Oh wait, did we grab the tents I bought?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay, is someone carrying those? Because I can't.
Druck will carry him.
Okay.
He will gladly take on that burden.
They each weigh 20 pounds, and there's 4 of them, so that's 80 pounds of tent.
Okay, all right. Let me add those.
Okay.
All right.
As
While
they
I'm
would've-
adding those, everybody can do what they want to do.
Of course we can.
Coin could add 20.
Brittany was trying to say something, everyone. Brittany.
Sorry.
As we would have been walking, Dax would have gone by Ven and just said to them, "My mother would have been quite impressed about how well kept the tassels on your stole are."
Would she?
She is quite a devout follower of our Mathman.
I see. Suddenly very self-conscious about the fact that he has those stuffed back into the bottom of his backpack again.
It was quite nice hearing those hymns again. I'll be honest, haven't said those in quite a few years.
Well, I did my best to recall them from memory. I don't have any holy books with me.
If my mother was here, she would tell you you would not need them, and just speak from the heart, and the life will flow through you.
That sounds very different than the attitude I've experienced at the Temple of Armathan in the city.
Small town living, then. Well, not so small, but
Don't get me wrong. That sounds preferable to the experience I had in the Temple of Armathan in the city.
was it quite different?
In ways, the words were the same, but I find that at that particular temple, it seems that the priests are convinced that sitting on a stack of coins brings you closer to heaven.
That throne is easy to topple if you just remove one.
Try telling them that.
So yeah, you guys have this conversation. Your first day of travel again goes uneventful. Nothing happens on the road. So those are your keeping track of the dates. New day, and as you're walking along your second day, because I'm going to montage this travel sequence. It is now Uden, the 4th of Blue Den, for those keeping track. I'll be updating the calendar that I linked you all eventually.
Tomorrow,
Tomorrow,
coming up on the Heartfelt Festival.
yes, tomorrow is the Heartfelt Festival, which is Ven would know very much a lot about that. People would like come up from all over to, get rituals done and stuff. Specifically, the Heartfelt Festival is where the people of the world celebrate and honor their loved ones. Wedding ceremonies are usually performed on this day, and the various places of worship around Del Nasra see a significant increase in patrons. So a very busy day for temples of worship, and you would know that firsthand, Ven.
Is that today or tomorrow?
That's tomorrow. And as you're all walking, they'll say it's about getting to around noon, and you can see, it's getting around noon. And you can hear a rumbling in the dirt.